In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through building your first or next AI agent. You don't need any coding. You don't need to be a prompt engineer. You don't need some $300 a month product. All you need are Claude, the free version, Gmail, and 2 copy pastes. This is what mine did for me a couple minutes ago. I just grabbed my phone, opened up Claude, and said, please give me my inbox brief. And just like that, it gave me an overview of what's in my inbox, prioritized everything, figured out which things needed a reply, and then literally wrote them and put them in my drafts folder. All I need to do is go in here, scan it, make sure it's what I want to send, and hit send. And believe it or not, this is really easy to set up, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And what I think is really cool is that what you're going to build here is technically an AI agent. And I'm sure you hear all kinds of people talking about it. It's quite the buzz right now because an AI agent is something that basically you give it a goal and it goes out and does the work. And that's exactly what this is going to do here. All right, let's build yours. My guess is that if you're a coach like me, you go into your inbox in the morning and you think, I'm just going to look real quick, make sure there's nothing that's like important there. And then you turn around, it's 11 o'clock in the morning and you've been down the email rabbit hole. If that's ever your experience, then this video is definitely for you. I'm Kelly. I help coaches incorporate AI into their businesses. I'm not a tech person, really. I didn't study computer science in college. So everything I'm going to show you is very simple. You don't need to know anything in tech. Like I said, as long as you can copy and paste, you're good. And maybe you've always wanted a smart assistant to triage your inbox. Well, you're about to get one. Let me show you what you're about to build. You're going to be able to go into Claude, whether it's on your phone or your computer, whenever you want, and say, please give me my inbox brief. And then Claude is going to sort through your inbox and put everything into 3 buckets. You'll see at the top here, it gives me an overview. Green are the drafts that are in my drafts folder ready to send. You can see them here inside my Gmail. For the yellow ones, Claude needs some input from you, some sort of judgment. So it wants to know some answers before it drafts the reply. And the blue ones are just things it's updating you on. No work for you to do, no reply needed, just keeping you in the loop. Then there's this last section where it will ask you whatever follow-up questions it needs to know in order to take actions if it has any questions. Nothing gets sent automatically without you. Nothing gets deleted. The only actions it will actually take in your Gmail is it will write drafts. And that's it. And I think it's so cool that you could do this on the free version of Claude. You don't even have to pay for Claude and this will still work. Of course, when you pay for it, you get more usage, but the free tier is enough to get this set up and running. Okay, let me show you how to get this going. The first thing we'll do is we'll connect your Gmail. So you're going to come over here on the left where it says customize and click that. And then you're going to want to select connectors. From there, you'll hit this little plus and then you'll click browse connectors. That's going to open up this screen. Now, Gmail probably shows up on that screen because obviously it's one of the most popular connectors. But if you don't see it there, just type Gmail and it will start sorting through and it will pop it up to the top. Now for you, you're going to see a little plus there. I have the gear because mine's already connected, but you're going to hit the plus and then you'll go through that normal authentication thing with Gmail. I'm sure you've done it a bunch of times with Google when you're logging into things. You'll just have to agree for it to not only read things, but also write. The writing capability is that capability that it needs in order to put drafts actually in your Gmail. So go through that process, and for maybe your own peace of mind, with this email connector, it can't send emails. It's actually not permitted. There's actually several levels of protection against that, so you won't accidentally send an email to your mother-in-law or something like that. Okay, once you have Gmail connected, you're gonna click up here, this back arrow, and we're gonna go into projects here. Now I'm showing this to you on the desktop version. This also works fine in claude.ai, the Chrome version. You'll wanna be in chat, and then we're gonna click on projects. You're gonna click new project, and then you're gonna give it a name, whatever you wanna call it. So I'm gonna call mine my email assistant. All right. And then click create project. Once we're inside here, inside the project, we want to tell this project kind of what it needs to do. So we're going to go over here to the instructions area and click that little plus. Now you'll see that's going to open up the instructions field. This is kind of like where the brain of this agent lives. So what goes in here is you really just telling Claude what you want it to do with your email. It could be just one line. So you could have something in here that says something like, when I ask you to review my inbox, Next, I want you to tell me what's in there, prioritize it, and draft a reply to anything that needs a reply. So you could just type that in and then hit save instructions. That would totally work. But for this demonstration, I'm going to use the instructions that I wrote. If you fill out that thing in the description, I'll send you this page, and here is where you can copy the project instructions. If you want to see them here, you can see a full description of them and how it tells the AI to categorize your emails, how and when to draft replies, what the report should look like, kind of all of those things. You see there's a part down here about voice profile. We'll get to that in a moment, but I've already copied it here, so I will just Command V, paste it, and then we'll hit save instructions. And a quick side note, if you write a lot of follow-up emails after your coaching calls, I've got a companion video that shows you how to draft those in like 30 seconds using the free Fathom connector. If I can figure out how to put that here on the video, I will, or I'll put it at the end. I know how to do that, and you can watch it after this one. Now, there's also a second prompt that's really helpful, and that one is below this one. So if you copy this one and head back to your project and paste that in, so I'm going to say, please follow the instructions attached to identify my voice profile. I'm going to hit send here. And what this is going to do is it's going to go into my sent folder inside my Gmail, read through emails that I've sent in the past to try to better understand my tone of voice. And it's going to skip emails that are like super short. Like if you just said like, great, see you Friday, that's really not a great email to learn your tone of voice. So it's going to look for like more substantial emails where you wrote a decent amount to try to learn your voice, your style of writing. All right, so you can see here, it's going through, it's going to build your voice profile. It needs some full message body, so it wants some like more substantial emails. It sees a good list of emails that I've sent. You can see it working hard here to make sure it's doing a really good and thorough job. And I am using Opus 4.8, which as I'm recording this, this is the strongest, most powerful model they have available. This would be a good time to probably use a more powerful model because this type of work is going to affect like lots of things downstream. So it's going to affect like all of the future drafts that it would write. So this is probably a case where I'd use one of the stronger models. When I'm actually running this, you could run it with something like Sonnet and it would come out great. Okay, so it did a really good job, really thorough, went through a bunch of different examples. So you can see here, it says paste this into your project instructions. So if you kind of hover over this section, or I think you'd probably need to click on it once. When I click on it, you see this little copy button that comes up. Click on that, that will copy all of this. You wanna make sure that when you do hit copy, it's done filling that out because it will cut off if you don't do that. So then we're gonna go back to projects here, click on our project, and then you're going to click on that little pencil again to edit it. And you're going to go all the way to the bottom and you'll see there's an area already there for your voice profile, at least if you use the instructions that I send if you fill out that thing in the description. So I'm just going to paste that in here and then hit save instructions. So now not only will it go through and do all the stuff that it would do before, but now when it does write replies, it's going to sound much more like me. Now, another thing that is so crazy cool is this does work on mobile. So if I go into my Gmail drafts right now on my phone, I can see those same emails that I showed you before on desktop. And so you can also run this like while you're in line at the grocery store. So you're just going to open up the Claude app. You're going to go in the upper left-hand corner. You'll either see like a few little lines, or you'll see like an arrow, but you want to click on that. And then you click again on projects, click on your email agent, and then in a new chat, just say, please give me my inbox brief. Hit send, and it works exactly the same. It will go through, look at your Gmail, analyze everything, give you a report, and also put any drafts that it can write into your drafts folder. If it has follow-up questions, it will ask you right there in the mobile app. So all of those prompts that I just showed you, those live inside the Coach's Email Manager Starter Kit, both the project instructions and the voice trainer. Plus there's a 13-page PDF. Don't worry, that sounds really long, but it's just long because there's a bunch of screenshots that I take you through the process that we just went through click by click. Like I said earlier, you can totally write your own instructions. Claude's smart. It will do a good job. But the kit has kind of the more polished instructions and also that voice prompt for you as well. If you want that, you're just going to go to this page. You will fill out your name and your email address and then just hit send me the kit. Then I will send you an email. So that email will give you a link to this page. You can also download the guide here if you'd like to go a little bit slower and see screenshots, kind of click by I click where you should be clicking to get this set up. So once your inbox is handled, the next natural move is outbound email. Maybe the follow-up emails after your coaching calls. That's the companion video I mentioned. If I figured out how to put this at the end of the video, you'll have a place to click. And if you do build this thing, and please do, it takes like 10 minutes, drop a comment and tell me what your first inbox brief looked like and felt like. I hope it gives you a bit of relief and lots of time back each day.